starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taken about 7 yards deep. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. He's at the 30. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way.
So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Jaguars nothing.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And this carries into the end zone. A dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield, look out. Still going past the 30.
Ain't doing nothing.
And he'll bring it back all the way.
That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 76 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And he's brought down. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Jaguars.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Looking to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
It's a gain of 7.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
16 yards, a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the Packers' 12-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James O'Shaughnessy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Packers 15, Jaguars 13. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
K'Lavon Chaisson
In there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On play action. Now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
The Pro Bowl wideout Davante Adams, his intended receiver.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And got his man, complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll try again with Jones. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Shotgun now for Rodgers. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That one complete. He finds Shark, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll drop to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 16 yards. A little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were. And you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
3rd down.
On play action, Rodgers.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae. Adams, 82 yards. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is up to 5.
Makes the score Packers 25, Jaguars 20.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That one complete to Hill. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll throw now on the final play. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Going to give this time to the tailback. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
On 3rd down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brings up 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, powering his way forward. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Flushed out right. Gets this one to Hill. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly. He's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. handoff looking right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. By kicking a field goal from that distance, just give them confidence and let them knock it through.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Back now at Lambeau. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Now a play fake. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man, complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James O'Shaughnessy with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Packers 32, Jaguars 30. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fielded in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers is going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now this throw caught left side. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, 47 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Well, this is really simple. Let's just say it. This quarterback is on fire. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the football. What a day for him.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score Packers 39. Jaguars 30.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think, okay, he's a guy. And it's intercepted at the goal line. T.J. Green with a pick.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. He is out of bounds inside the 35. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Packers, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.